Hi friends, welcome to part 2 of my series on the provisional waiver for unlawful presence. If you have not yet checked out the first part of this series, stop this video right now. Go check that out. It's really good. It's longer, but it'll be worth your time if this is a topic that you want to learn about. So go ahead and check that out. But in this video, we're going to dive deeper into who is actually eligible for this waiver. So stay tuned. Friends, thanks for watching this video and for supporting McBean Immigration Law TV. I'm in my office. I'm taking time out to do these videos for you because I think you need to get some smart information. And so go ahead and like this video, share it with people, and most importantly, hit that subscriber bell, okay? Or button or whatever it is in the YouTube world. Hit it so that you can be the first to get my videos each week. Let's get straight to it. The provisional waiver, as I've mentioned in part 1 of this series, is an unlawful presence waiver only. It only addresses that issue. It doesn't address anything about your criminal background or any other fraud or misrepresentation or any other issues that you may have that would make you inadmissible. That's number one. Number two, as I talked about in that first video, is that this waiver applies only to people who have a qualifying relative, and the qualifying relative is either your U.S. citizen or green card holder parent or your U.S. citizen or green card holder spouse. That's it. There's no exception to this rule. If you don't have one of those two qualifying relatives, this is not the waiver for you. You've got to find another way if there is a way. Sometimes there is no way. There is no way for a lot of people. You've got to know that. And I know folks watch my videos and they feel hopeful. And I'm so glad that I'm able to make you feel hopeful. But I want you to know that some people are not eligible for a green card. And you've got to face that reality unless your life circumstances change and you become eligible for it. So with respect to this waiver, who is eligible for this unlawful presence waiver? Now, I have the instructions in front of me from USCIS that talks about this I-601A and who is eligible. And I'm going to go through some key requirements with you. First of all, you must be physically present here in the United States. And that makes sense, right? Because you're talking about a waiver of your unlawful presence here. The rules have not changed. You must be here physically in the United States. Number two, you must be at least 17 years old, okay? So usually for immigration purposes, the number that people always keep in mind is 21, but not so in the case of the I-601A waiver. You must be at least 17 years old. Thirdly, you must have some sort of petition, an underlying petition that was approved already, meaning that your relative petitioned for you by filing that I-130, right, which is the family petition, or potentially it was an employer that petitioned for you and they filed the I-140, and so you have that approval. This is a must. You must be first approved, right, for either family-based petition or a employment-based petition, or maybe even a humanitarian-based petition like the I-360. The next thing is that after you have that approval, consular processing must have been triggered, meaning that the National Visa Center has started the process for you to fill out your visa application, number one, pay that invoice fee, submit supporting documents to the NVC. And when I say NVC, this is under the State Department, different agency, State Department. And so you're doing all of that and you have a receipt to show that you have paid the fees to start your visa application online with the NVC so that they can then send your file over to the U.S. Embassy in that country, which is where you're from, where you will be interviewed down the road, right? So you've got to have that. That has to be in process. You cannot file the I-601A waiver unless consular processing has been triggered. The other thing is that this applies to people, as I said in my first video on this topic, it applies to people who have accrued unlawful presence. So this waiver provides an avenue for you to apply for forgiveness of that unlawful presence so that you can go and get your interview done at the U.S. Embassy in your country and get your green card that way. So that's all I'm going to share in this short video. Please go ahead and comment below and tell me what your thoughts are with regard to what I've said in this video about the waiver. Okay, friends, thank you so much. Stay tuned for part 3 in this series on the unlawful presence waiver. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.